hold my hand. Ooh, baby, it's a long way down to the bottom of the river. Hold my hand. Ooh, baby, it's a long way down, a long way down. If you get sleep or if you get night, the cock's gonna call in the morning, baby. And check the cupboard for your daddy's guy. Red sun rises like an early warning. The Lord's gonna come for your firstborn son. His hair's on fire and his heart is burning. So go to the river where the water runs. Wash him deep where the tides are turning. And if you fall, and if you fall, hold my hand. Ooh, baby, it's a long way down, a long way down. The wolves will chase you by the pale moonlight. Drunk and driven by a devil's hunger. Drive your son like a railroad spike into the water, let it pull him under. But don't you lift him, let him drown alive. The good Lord speaks like a rolling thunder. Let that fever make the water rise. Let the river run. Ooh, baby, it's a long way down to the bottom of the river. Hold my hand. Ooh, baby, it's a long way down, a long way down. Hold my hand. Ooh, baby, it's a long way, a long, long, long way. Hold my hand. Ooh, baby, it's a long way down, a long way down.
This is Hard Island in New York City. For over a century, it served as the final resting place for people who were unidentified or unclaimed at the time of their death. More than 1 million people are buried on the island. The site is receiving renewed attention as coronavirus ravages New York, turning the city into one of America's largest epicenters.
What we have seen is an increase in the number of people passing away overall. That there are people who pass away and there is no family member, no loved one, no friend, no one who we can find, who our Office of Medical Examiner can find, who has a connection to that person and is going to take responsibility for their burial.
City officials have said that unclaimed victims of COVID-19 would be buried on Hard Island, which is located about 11 miles from Manhattan in the Northeast Bronx.
Unclaimed simply means that a family did not hire a private funeral director. It doesn't mean that the person was unwanted. It doesn't mean even that the family was impoverished. It just means that they didn't, for whatever reason, hire a private funeral director.
The idea of mass burials graves today is so problematic because it's so rare. It would have been more common in earlier times.
Hard Island is the largest mass grave in the U.S. At least 1,000 coffins are buried there per year. But data from the Department of Corrections shows how the first 3 months of 2020 saw much higher burial numbers than the previous 5 years. From 2019 to 2020 alone, there was a 96% increase in burials for this period. Burials also now take place 5 days a week instead of 1.
Hold my hand. Ooh, baby, it's a long way down to the bottom of the river.
It's not the population per se that's the problem, it's the setting that they're in. I've been to Rikers Island, I've seen what it's like. You cannot contain this in Rikers Island. You cannot contain this in most correction facilities.
The virus is indeed spreading inside Rikers Island, the New York City jail with notoriously poor living conditions. The vast majority of people there are detainees who have not yet gone to trial. Over the last 12 days, the number of confirmed cases there ballooned from 1 to 200. I talked to Marlene Allo, whose son is inside.
I have a son who has an acute lymphoma leukemia cancer, who's currently incarcerated in Rikers Island at the North Infirmary Command. He's a pretrial detainee awaiting trial. I've been watching the news literally from like morning to night because I want to know what's going on. And being that my son has a low immune system because of his cancer, and he goes to the hospital every 30 days to receive chemo, God forbid if he were to get it, he wouldn't stand a chance. His body cannot fight it off.
Half of people in prisons and jails in the U.S. have at least one chronic condition. The problem is they're all going to get infected at once because it'll spread like wildfire through these settings. So the first thing we can do to prevent this is to get as many people as you can out of those facilities.
Hold my hand, ooh baby, it's a long way down to the bottom of the river. Hold